Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to the September 14th, 2023 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. Roll call, please.
Law.
Here?
Greenwell.
Here.
Kleiner.
Here. Are there any conflict of interest statements?
No.
No, sir.
Number 4, approval of the minutes of the meeting of September 7th, 2023.
Motion to approve those minutes.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Bid openings, I see none. Matters from other department heads or their representatives. Mr. Button.
Good morning to the board.
Good morning.
Just wanted to give you an update at Hammond in Michigan. They are 100% on track for September 18th reopening. They're going to have pavers out there on Saturday. Bridge is set, fit-up's being done, and we just wanted to update the board that we're right on target for getting that road reopened. So, thank you.
Beautiful, thank you. Anything else from department heads or their representatives? Moving on to number 7, correspondence. Letter A, correspondence received from Jeffrey Smith, Fire Chief, requesting the approval to transfer 2 vehicles to the Hammond Police Department. And anytime we can get something from the fire department, I'm a fan.
Motion to approve Chief Smith's request.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
B, correspondence received from New Zion Temple Church requesting to block Tapper Street from Merrill to Morris on September 17th, 2023, from 2 p.m. until 10 p.m. for a community event. Yeah, that was the time. That's our count.
Motion to approve New Zion Temple's request.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter C, correspondence received from resident Dwayne Washington, 1134 Wilcox Street, requesting permission to place a temporary storage pod in front of his home for approximately 30 days in order to install new flooring. I called him.
Okay.
34, yeah.
Motion to approve Mr. Washington's request.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter D, correspondence received from Byway Brewing Company requesting 12 barricades to be dropped off on September 25th, 2023 for their resealing.
Motion to forward this to Public Works for follow-up.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter E, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting the approval of the NDOT LPA agreement for the Kennedy Avenue Road Diet, 164th place to I-90, DES number 1901902, submitted for approval.
So we have a federal project that we receive funding through NERC on. We call it the Kennedy Avenue Road Diet. It's the portion north of the current project, right,
Okay.
by Freddie's going north. We're dropping it from 2 lanes in each direction to 1 lane in each direction with a center turn lane. What does he have? I think say that? No, Chris isn't looking. It's a 2-way left turn lane. 2-way left turn lane. So that's really what the intent is. This goes basically from 164th place to really just north of the interstate I-90, right?
Okay.
So right there. And this is our agreement with NDOT to fund and manage the project for us. I wrote in my cover letter the amount of the contract. I think it was about 3.2
Just over
million.
3 million, yeah.
Yeah, so, and what we're doing here is we're asking for the board to approve the president of the board to sign electronically the agreement so that they can go through their DocuSign process.
Good.
Motion to approve Mr. Button's request on the agreement as submitted.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Letter F, correspondence received from the Controller's Office requesting the approval of the renewal of amusement device license for Old Glory Tavern Incorporated.
Motion to approve the Controller's Office request.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Number 8, matters from board members. Either of you?
Nope.
No? Number 9, new business. Letter A, resolution and intergovernmental agreement with City of Hammond Redevelopment Commission for the transfer of property located at 5619 Walter Avenue.
Request its approval as presented. This again is a property in Jacob Square.
Gotcha.
Motion to approve this request as submitted.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter B, right-of-way permit received from engineering submitted for approval.
Good morning. There's one right-of-way permit. It's from Gary Material Supply. They would like to shut down a portion of 628 Hoffman. It's for the Meats for Lints business.
Right.
And I don't know if anybody's here from that. If the representative from Gary Materials is here for approximately 9 days. At the end of those 9 days, we had a little snafu at the beginning of when they were connecting into Hoffman Street. So they would make sure it is all buttoned up, paved within those 9 days. And that's why this gentleman's here, if you want to speak to him.
I'm just, so what's actually going to be, it's going to be rate lane restrictions, or it's going to be
No,
closed down?
totally closed down. They're tying in the sewer and also the water main for their one building on the side. They have 2 buildings for Meats for Lints.
Okay,
So they're going to close it down, and it should not hamper anybody. Next Monday, Holman Avenue should be open to traffic, so that's good timing from that standpoint.
yeah.
So I would recommend approval, if, like I said, if you have any questions.
Will there be signage up, Mark? They're going to take care of signage and stuff? that
Yes,
it'll be
there's a
closed?
detour and so forth, and
Okay,
I'm going to ask them to put up signage right away for road closures forthcoming.
So
Okay.
Hoffman's going to be closed, is that right?
Hoffman's
For the
gonna be
intersection.
closed. Or
Soul.
Oh, okay.
Soul
So-
Crossing.
Yeah, that's the
Hoffman there.
address of Meats for Lent, so
Okay.
it's Soul,
Oh, so
and
Soul's
just the
gonna be
one portion of Soul is going to be.
Right.
closed. Okay.
And there's a description in there, it's approximately 30 feet north of the Hammond Sanitary District pump station.
Okay. We're good.
Not the whole part of Seoul, just part.
Just that part, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going to be, like, so if I wanted to go between Michigan and Hoffman, will I be able to travel that?
No.
No.
How long?
For 9 days.
9 days.
9 days, yeah.
And Holman will be open by that time?
Yes.
Correct.
They believe so, yeah.
Yep.
Unless,
After the 18th, right? Mark?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's going to be.
okay.
Motion to approve the right-of-way permit as submitted.
I second.
Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Mark. Letter C, garage sale permit submitted for approval. She got rained out last week, so.
Okay.
Maryland. No,
Is it 2 from there?
2, they're about 2 blocks. They're, well, no, they're right next door.
Yeah.
Well, pretty, maybe, probably next door. 3, they must be having a sale,
Yeah,
the whole block, yeah. So, okay.
okay.
Motion to approve the garage permit sales.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter D, a plat of survey for Old Pullman Standard Plant, second edition, 1424 Field Street, submitted for approval.
This came before the Plan Commission and recommend approval.
Thank you.
Motion to approve as submitted.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Number 10, old business, letter A, status for 1430 Stanton.
Good morning to the board.
Good morning.
This property was under demolition order. It also, I believe, the rehab agreement expired June 16th. We set it for status. Again, this is Mr. Grabarczyk, I believe,
Morning.
who has appeared before you before. I believe some work is being done. Mr. Luter informed me that an additional 90 days would be required and is requesting the board to extend the rehab agreement another 90 days. We'll prepare that document for Mr. Grabarczyk to sign and for the board to sign in the near future. But if we could get a 90-day date from today, is that what you want? Well, this was June 16th, so it expired a couple months ago, so we've already given them another 60. 90 days from today, so basically,
Does December 7th or 14th, is anyone better than the other?
They're fine.
okay, you think you'll be done by then?
I think so, yeah.
Okay,
December 14th then?
sure,
Give them another week, actually?
yeah.
Okay.
We'll
Motion
get
is-
you another document, I'm sorry.
Motion to set this matter for status for December 14th of 2023.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter B, status for 1806 Brown.
1806 Brown, so board's well aware of this property, I believe. Mr., just make sure I'm getting everybody down here. Yes, Mr. Dobris has appeared before you on several occasions.
Yes.
You may recall at the August 11th Board of Works hearing, he appeared. We had a spirited discussion regarding the need for a variance, if he was going to keep his foundation or not. The administration, the city position was we needed an answer by September 14th, today, as to whether they were going to demolish or if the city was going to demolish.
Right.
Mr. Dobris sent an email at 6:28 this morning. I responded at 6:46 this morning. Regarding today's hearing, he indicated that due to unforeseen circumstances, we are unable to attend today's meeting. Please extend our apologies to the board. House is up for sale. We have some interested parties. We put the house up for sale because our work schedules don't allow for the attention that this project demands. We've concluded that while the project has potential, the timeline needed to complete the project is unfavorable. The estimated time is 24 months. We urge the board to give us a few more weeks in order to finalize sale of the property. Many of the prospective buyers are surrounding neighbors looking for extra space for their existing property or established flippers. Being hasty in the demo really doesn't benefit anyone if there are potential buyers looking to restore it and keep the tax revenue. If we don't sell it by October 19th, we will proceed with the demo ourselves. Apologies to you and the board for our absence today. Thank you, Mickey Dobris. So that's his position. I informed him in my response that, one, nothing that I would say in my email modifies or extends the order of demolition. That's still a valid order. I also explained to him that our position before the board would be, and I guess I'm letting the board know now, is that the board's given him ample time to repair the building, demolish the structure to the foundation, demolish and rebuild in its entirety, and to sell it. Those are the four different things we've heard from Mr. Dobris.
Right.
The city's position is that we would like to move forward with the demolition. There's nothing stopping the city from moving forward with the demolition. It's just that we've allowed him to come before the board, set statuses. So I believe that the inspections department, Mr. Kearney's informed me that his intention is to move forward with the demolition. So that would be our request.
I think that's going to be our stance too. I think, like you said, he's had ample time, and over the course of that time, he seems to change what he's going to do from time to time. So there's never been a clear path in our mind. So I think we're inclined to decline his request.
Okay. So I'd request the board to decline his motion for a continuance, and then we'll just move forward with the demolition.
Motion to decline the motion for continuance for 1806 Brown.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter C, status, see click fix intersection study for Bering and Joe Hirsch.
So this is that intersection that's immediately west of the Sportsplex on 167th. So we had done a traffic study and parking evaluation for the Sportsplex YMCA future growth, and in that study, we had them evaluate that intersection. And one of the alternatives is to remove those stop signs on 167th. It's clear that what happens is the westbound traffic stops at the stop sign and blocks the driveway coming out of the Sportsplex. So that queue starts and then people can't leave the Sportsplex. I think that if we kept traffic moving on 167th, that queue would not develop and then traffic would just move naturally. I've spoken with both councilmen, because Councilman Tyler and Councilman Werpel, because they both, that 167th is a street that they share in their district, and they both agree that that's an acceptable solution to them. So I'll write up a recommendation to this board and make that request. I will let you know that I checked the ordinance and that those stop signs are not currently in our ordinance, so it wouldn't be an ordinance action to remove them. But obviously, I'm sure council would want us to notify the council through the normal notification process on issues acted on by this board.
We agree.
So I'll put that, I will work with the Public Works Department, because we're going to want to put up cross-traffic doesn't stop on the cross streets, right, on the driveway and on Bering. So we'll clarify all that, so we're good when we go to move forward. But I'll put that in writing to the board so you have official recommendation. I'll get that to you in the next 2 weeks. So I don't know if you want to kick this over for status, or if we just want to have this on an action item on a future board meeting.
Which one do you think is best, Kevin, just for status, or?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I'm thinking too.
2-week
yeah.
status?
Yeah, 2-week status, okay.
Motion to set the matter for status on September 28th, 2023.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter D, status, C-Click Fix requesting additional stop sign in the corner of 143rd Street and South Holman Avenue.
We evaluated the street last year pretty rigorously. We asked
For a study.
Police to provide us with all the accident data reports. It doesn't support, doesn't warrant a stop sign to go in this location, so I would suggest that we deny the request for a stop sign at 143rd and Holman.
Motion to deny the request for the stop sign at 143rd and Home.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Letter E, status for handicap sign at 6742 Osborne.
I don't have a report on that.
Yeah,
I would,
And he checked it out, didn't he?
The one I said.
No, there's no driveway.
No, there's no driveway, no.
Okay.
They do have a garage in the alley, though, which is,
This request was brought to us, Mr. Button, just so you know, by Councilman Werpel. She is a handicap and there is no driveway, so we're inclined to grant it. We just want to make sure you don't have any objection, I
I'd
suppose.
support that request.
Okay.
It meets all the normal criteria, so
good.
if there was a driveway in the front, obviously, that would be denied, but this,
Yeah, there's nothing there.
yeah,
It's-
so
Okay.
I'd support your action.
Okay.
Motion to approve the handicap sign in front of 6742 Osborne.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Number 11, Nick's not, any rental registration hearings, none. Meetings open to the public, would anybody like to speak? Chris, you seem like you have something, really?
I do.
Really?
Wow, that's awesome.
Wow, all right.
It's an event today.
Every once in a while it happens.
I got to be detailed and thorough. So Chris Moore, Needs Engineering, 2421 173rd Street in Hammond. We'll be doing some construction work on our building, and we're replacing the windows, and we're doing some work on the windows that are upstairs. So we're going to have a man lift, and we were wanting to ask permission if we can drive it on the sidewalk and in the parkway to keep it out of the roadways, if that'd be okay?
Okay, I was about to call a neutral zone infraction on you for coming up here, but we're. Bada bing, bada boom.
There we go.
So we're good, right?
We're going to start on Monday. I think it'll be about
Make
3
a
weeks.
motion, yeah, we'll make a motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve Mr. Moore's request.
I second it.
Thank you
All in
very
favor,
much.
say aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Anybody else from the public like to speak? Go ahead, ma'am. Come on up to the mic.
Well, this is really sad because I bought a house in Hammond.
Ma'am, can you give us your
My
name?
neighbor decided-
Can you give us
my-
your name first?
Donna Crozier.
Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
I bought a house in Hammond, and my neighbor decided to anchor his gutter to my fence.
What's
And
your,
instead of talking to him, I picked up the gutter and threw it off my fence while he videotaped it. And I didn't know that, and I had called the police, so it turned into a civil matter, but then he turned around and anchored it with 4-inch bolts to my fence. And I can't go on his property because the way the fence falls is right on the property line. So I have no, I don't, pardon?
The address.
My address is 265 169th Street. His address is 261, but he's turning this into a really, this is sad. Janet, I had reached out to a councilwoman who said, did you talk to him? And I said, no, I was afraid to because he has a big sign with a gun on it, no trespassing. And when I called the policeman said to me, I said, why did you talk to him first? He said, you weren't home. And I said, my truck was parked right there. And he said, no, it was. It just is just really sad that I can't even tell somebody the truth, and this is turning into a big criminal offense. That's my fence. He has no right to, do you know that he bought a white gutter and then turned it black? And this was all found out by accident. I was pulling weeds along my fence line, and I went, what? He put a black gutter along my fence so I wouldn't even see it. So it dumps 12 feet down at the bottom of my fence by my garage. Who does that? There's 100 square feet approximately between his deck and my fence, that he could have put 2 stakes and just anchored it and put it off?
Ma'am, just a couple questions. Have you ever had a survey done? It's your fence, for sure, your fence? Have you had a survey done to prove that it's your fence and your property?
Yes, it is my fence. I just bought the
That's what
house.
that's what I'm asking.
in
Kelly, is there anybody we
2019.
can send out there to see if,
Mr. Jordan Bullock has been out there, and considering the neighbor's squabble, there's a police report on it. It's basically a civil matter. She doesn't like where it's dumping out on. If she can prove that it's on her property, then he would have to move it.
But it is civil, I mean.
right, for sure, that's why it's not criminal. That's why when you're calling the police, we don't get involved in civil matters. We can
So this means you
advise.
have to go to court and have to pay for a lawyer? I mean, who,
I mean, I wish I had a better answer for you, but the answer unfortunately is probably yes.
So
You need,
why do
the
we
first
have-
thing you should, I don't mean to
I'm
interrupt you,
sorry.
but the first thing you need to do is get a survey and prove that it is on your property and your fence. Once you do that, then you do need to file a civil claim against him to get him to move it. But until then, the police really can't do anything because it's a civil matter.
so why do we have code enforcement if code enforcement can't help us?
They went out there and they concluded that it's a civil
He didn't
matter.
come to my house and come and look in my backyard. He didn't, the person that I reached out to, Jordan, did not come knock on my door, and I come and show him that I stepped up, I got a ladder on my I know it's my fence, it's my house.
But we don't know that, ma'am.
Oh, my goodness.
Nobody, I mean, you might know
I
that,
have
but,
the plat at home, I have the plat, I have pictures and everything
okay.
of the whole, I went to Lake County and I got the picture of the plat of the whole street.
But the plat may not be a survey, right? Because that's what we're saying, I think what President.
Oh, you're questioning me
No,
buying a piece
no.
of property?
Nope,
Oh,
not
my
questioning you,
goodness.
no.
We're trying to help you.
Yes.
Oh.
We're trying to help you because.
Well, I'm not trying to make this into a big deal, but it is pretty sad
So
that
all-
I can't even,
All we're trying to say to you is that a survey will help you because a survey will show definitively
Yes.
that the fence is yours. You'd be surprised on how many times a survey shows the fence is on one side of the property line or the other. So when you get a survey, it'll show the fence is on your side, which then will help you in your fight against him.
well,
So
the
you wanna
people
get a
that I
survey.
bought the house from put up a beautiful fence, and they also, when they put the fence up, they put a fence, when they put the fence like this, they put a fence piece so that it protected his air conditioner. This man's been taken really well care of by the people that live. I know why they sold the house, because he drove them crazy. You know, so, and I'm just trying to say, why would your neighbor do this to you?
I wish I had an answer for you.
Yes, I
Unfortunately,
understand
neighbors
that.
are not all
So
good.
now I have to, where do I go to civil court?
Well, you can go to
You get the
small
survey
claims, you can
first.
go to Russell.
Russell Street, yeah.
And who's handicapped? I'm not handicapped. Is he handicapped? And if he's handicapped, you know he's done damage to my house already.
I don't know what.
Where did the handicap part come
It
in?
says it on the claim, on the police report that Jordan sent to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
get
we're not
it.
aware of that.
You know, this is all really sad, especially when a policeman stands there and lies to my face and says, "You weren't home." I was home the whole time.
Well, again, I wasn't there, ma'am. I'm a
know.
policeman also. I'm just telling you.
I apologize
That's
for
okay. You don't have to
bothering
apologize.
you.
You're frustrated. Just get the survey and then go file a small claims case against him and have the gutters removed. That's my recommendation.
And can you blame me for taking a saw and putting it through the slats and sawing
Well, I
it
don't know
off
that
my
made
fence?
it.
Because it's
I'm not
my
going to comment on that because I would
My
never
friend goes,
advocate for somebody to
"You
do
know
that,
me
but,
for a long time,
Yes.
and I'm a very
Yeah.
honest person. Why would, you know, and if you saw the pictures of those,
Can't shut
why
cells.
would you anchor your gutter to my fence when you got 100 square feet back there? You just put 2 stakes and run it somewhere else.
The advice you've given is exactly what I.
So I'm gonna pay $800 for a survey to prove that I bought a piece of property?
if you want the issue resolved, that's what you have to do.
Okay, so then if I do that, then I can charge him the $800 for the survey?
In the civil case, I'm sure you could ask for that. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, really? And
Yes.
I'll have to pay it?
If, that's up to the judge, it's not up to us.
If you don't have the funds for an attorney, you can go to the Hammond Legal Aid Clinic. Otherwise, you can call the Lake County Bar Association, they can refer you to a lawyer, but this is public comment, so we just.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right.
I
Yeah.
apologize.
Okay, that's okay.
No
All
problem.
right,
Thank you very much. Good luck, too. Would anybody else from the public like to speak?
Chris, anything
Okay.
else?
We're good.
Motion to adjourn.
Aye, second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everyone.